Hello viewers and students, this is Dr. Kashinath Neharkar and I welcome you in my YouTube channel at lecture series on income tax laws. Friends, in this lecture we are going to discuss the concepts of tax evasion and tax avoidance with difference between these two concepts. So students, before that please subscribe my YouTube channel and press bell icon to receive the notification on videos updates in my YouTube channel. So friends, firstly we are going to discuss what are these concepts. As you know, the tax is nothing but compulsory contribution to government. It is responsibility of all those persons to pay tax. It is imposed as a liability to pay the tax, and non-payment of tax attracts the punishments, attracts the liability in the form of penalty, sanction, punishment, etc. Therefore, the person attempts to reduce the tax liability. So, tax is compulsory payment. The person has to pay the amount. Therefore, it is attempt by most of persons, and they think that how to reduce the tax liability, how to avoid the tax liability. So, they attempts or adopts many things. They do many acts to reduce the tax liabilities, and these activities may either fall under the category of tax evasion or it may be tax avoidance. We are going to discuss what are these two concepts firstly, then we will discuss what is difference between these two concepts. Firstly, we must understand what is concept of tax evasion. See, generally if you try to understand or interpret both the things, you can get the similar meaning, that is to avoid the tax liability. But these concepts are not same. We must understand what is tax evasion firstly. Friends, tax evasion is nothing but use of illegal means to reduce the tax liability, to do illegal activities to reduce the tax liability. So whatever the act that is done by that person is not recognized by tax system, therefore it is illegal. So when a person adopts illegal activities to reduce the tax liability, is called as a tax evasion. So it may include non-payment of tax. This is also tax evasion, because the person conceals the source of income, his liability to pay tax, etc., and it results into non-payment of tax. So this act may include the activities like to hide the income, to conceal the income, to hide or conceal the source of income, or to disclose the income which is not correct, or to disclose the income which is less than the actual income, or whatever the thing is. Now friends, we must understand what is concept of tax avoidance. Friends, the tax avoidance means use of legal means to reduce the tax liability. See, the difference is between what the nature of activity, legal or illegal. If it is illegal, that is tax evasion. If it is legal, this is avoidance. So the tax avoidance is use of legal means to reduce the tax liability, and it includes the payment of tax by disclosing correct income. So these activities may include the reducing tax liability by a proper tax planning, by understanding what is the concept of tax, taxability of income, how the income can be properly invested, etc. What the tax planning that can be done by the person, that activities includes into the tax activity, tax planning. Then to avail the tax exemptions, generally any act provides the exemptions, and it exempts certain income or certain amounts from tax liability. If you see this with special reference to Income Tax Act 1961 provides the exempted incomes. So when a person avails such incomes, exempted incomes, tax liability can be legally reduced. Then to avail the tax deductions also, there is a separate chapter in Income Tax Act 1961 which provides deductions. So person can get the deduction by investing amount in a saving plans, insurance plans, etc. There are many deductions that are available. So by this way, that person can reduce the tax liability by legal way without doing anything illegal. He can avail the benefits and he can pay tax which is less. So therefore the tax evasion is a illegal thing, as the tax avoidance is a legal thing. Now we must see what is the difference between these two concepts. Say, firstly, the tax evasion means the efforts which are made by individual to evade payment of tax by illegal means. See, the person who is liable to pay tax, he adopts illegal way to reduce the payment of tax or to avoid the payment of tax. But in case of tax avoidance, it is a legal exploitation of tax regime to one's own advantage. The person follow all the law, but he knows what the benefits that are provided by the act, what the exemptions that are provided by that, or all what the deductions that will help him to reduce the tax. So this, he takes the benefits of act which provides for the tax liability. So this is all the honest attempt to avoid the tax by using what the lacunae, what the exemption, what the deductions, etc., or what the benefits that are provided to him. Then second difference is that taxpayer deliberately conceals their true state of affairs to tax authorities to reduce tax liability, because this happens in tax evasion. In tax evasion, the taxpayer deliberately conceals the affairs of his income, but in tax avoidance, the taxpayer fully discloses all sources of income. He gives all material information relating to income, source of income, but by availing the deductions, exemptions, or by making proper tax planning, he reduces the tax liability. Then next is, in tax evasion, it includes dishonest tax reporting, which includes dishonest reporting of income which is not the true income, dishonest profit and gains, etc., or claiming the deductions to which he is not entitled. So this is the tax evasion. But in tax avoidance, it involves using of tax deduction, proper tax deduction, or he can create offshore companies also, offshore businesses also, to reduce the tax liability. As you know, the residential status also plays very important role in taxability of income. Then next difference is the tax evasion is a crime, because it is illegal, so it is offense and therefore it is a crime. But the tax avoidance by way of, or the tax avoidance is non-payment of tax or payment of less tax by using all legal means. So it is nothing but an art. It is nothing but an art, as the tax evasion is a crime, but it is an art. It is a skill. Then in tax evasion, the tax evasion itself is offense and it invites punishment. The person who commits the tax evasion, he can be punished, he can be prosecuted, or penalties can be imposed against such person. But any person who can avoid the tax liability with all legal means is called as a wise person. He is called as a clever person who he is not subjected to any punishment, etc. So friends, if you like my video, please like it, share it, and do not forget to subscribe my YouTube channel, Law Education Volunteer Dr. Kashinath Neharkar. So friends, thank you.